Back for the first time. This is To the House podcast. My man over here, Jormatic, Cam, bringing you South Florida sports, not just sports, everything. But we focusing today on to the Eastern Conference Championship. Miami, R.I.P. Bozo.
R.I.P. Bozo. You will not be missed.
The process is dead.
Oh, it's been dead for years, man. What's the owner's name? Maury?
That's the GM. I don't know what the owner is name. Who cares? Some bozo team.
They've been drowning in denial for years. And now they finally drowned.
Let's not be like the media. Let's focus on who we need to focus on. It's the Miami Heat.
Yes.
Taking care of business in 6 games. A little caveat, shout out to the Ice Cat Panthers for doing their thing in 6 games. First time in 26 years. Got to give them a little shout out, Panthers, doing your thing.
Definitely.
I'm not versed in hockey. I don't know about Jordan, but I'm not versed in hockey. So
at all. No, I'm not versed in hockey. I'm not a hockey fan. I'm a Panthers fan.
I became a fair weather fan of the hockey team right after that sweep of the Avalanche 26 years ago. I said, I'm a fair weather fan. And it's been this long.
It starts now.
All right. So back to the Heat. Playoff Jimmy, the freaking superstar. Jimmy freaking Butler.
I just read an insane stat. He has more steals and fouls, 13% more, which is insanity.
He does that every year. The
It's
man
insane,
does not
man.
foul. He's just
at all.
His hand speed is incredible. It's one thing. If you think back on how many times Jimmy's actually played James Harden, doesn't happen much, does it?
No, you're right.
Because Jimmy knows his move. In actuality, James Harden, he really has one move in the back. He does a rocker dribble and sets people up for either the drive or the step back. People wait for either the drive or the step back. Jimmy, he stops at the rocker dribble. He puts his hand in there, either swipes it or messes him up. And you saw it during the whole playoffs. He couldn't do anything. He
nipped it in the bud. And then this last game, I was about to talk about the Sixers again, but going 0-2 in the elimination game.
We'll get to them in a second. Get to them in a second. Ooh, and Max Strus is loose. Talk about loose Strus.
The Strus juice is loose. Yo, I don't know what it is. Shane Battier being an exception because he's not white, but he's light skinned. Every championship year, we have a random white boy that just kills it. Miller.
He's Mike
Strus,
Miller.
Duncan
I saw
Robinson.
somebody made that comp. He's the new Mike Miller. Max Strus is the new Mike Miller.
Oh, definitely. With defense. Mike Miller wasn't great on defense.
Not only was he getting buckets, he was getting rebounds, had another double-double.
He had a double-double. A back-to-back double-double from Max Strus, the pride of DePaul.
I wish Duncan would understand. We don't not like you. We just want you to step it up. Just step it up. We understand the refs are against you, and they call BS fouls on you all the time. We're with you. Mm-hmm. Just you got to step it up. Let it fly. They're coming to foul you. When they're flying at you for the 3, don't pull it down. Let it fly. They're going to get the foul. Just do it, man. We want you to be great.
Yeah, but I think he's mature enough to understand it's not personal. You know what I'm saying? I would hope so. Yeah, but no, like Duncan's still Duncan. Like he could come to the ECF and do the same thing Strus is doing. Did or more. Like he's sitting there. I know he's ready. That's one thing he is. When he does come in the game, he's
ready. He's ready. These last 2 opponents were actually the worst matchup for him because Atlanta has a lot of athletic long people, which is tough against him, and the freaking bane
point.
of our existence when it comes to the Sixers. Maxi's gonna hunt him, and he's faster than him. It was a really bad matchup. But with these next two, either the Celtics or the Bucks, he can match up with those guys. I see him getting a lot of minutes in these two, either one, Bucks or Celtics. I see him getting a lot more minutes in these two because
definitely, because outside of course, Giannis and Drew Holiday, I'm not scared of anybody else on that team as far as defense goes. Not even Bobby Portis. It's like all of a sudden everybody's a Bobby Portis fan, but I don't get it.
My dad calls him scary eyes guy, or just Squidward.
Yes,
for real.
He's definitely he embraced it though. I think he tweeted a picture, Photoshop picture of him. Yeah,
he made his Avy. I think it was his Avy for a while.
Oh, he did. But I mean, personally, I would more want to match up with the Celtics because the Greek Freak is exactly that, a Greek freak.
He's a terrified spammer. Of him. He's a hardened spammer. He's a hardened spammer. Watch, everybody's gonna see this the same thing out of him. They did Harden. Harden does the same move every time, either gets to the rack or hits the three. A lot of people can't contend against that. Giannis is just a bull. He just tries to bully his way into the middle, or that's it. When you don't have the personnel to match up with it, it's tough. But the Heat have the personnel.
Absolutely.
Not just Bam, who's the only stopper. The only Giannis stopper is Bam. But PJ.
Oh, yeah. I just about to mention PJ. He used to play for them, so he knows. He has intel.
Exactly.
So, I mean, like I said, ideally, I would want Boston because I feel like we can beat them maybe in 5. But I don't know, man. Like, Giannis still scares. He's still Giannis. He's still Giannis. And Drew Holiday is similar to Jimmy Butler with the defense.
I love seeing sad Boston fans. I love seeing it. Seeing the fan base sad, it makes me great. Like Boston, not Boston, Bucks fans, they're whatever. It's usually like other people talking, messing with them. Like I don't really care about the fans, but seeing Giannis sad makes me happy.
Yeah. It's hard for me to hate Giannis, though. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to hate him. Yeah, I hate his team. I hate the organization. They're rivals, but I don't know. Giannis is a good guy.
as a person, he's a great guy. But it's just the traveling. My gosh, the traveling. It's his game. Everything I hate is game. I don't hate people personally. That's ridiculous. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, of course, of course.
Oh, shout out to Trae Young for giving Gabe respect. You saw that?
I did see that. That was hella random.
It was random. It was really strange. It was really strange.
Yeah, that means like there was some shit said on that court. Like when we played Atlanta, like there was some, there was something we didn't see or something. But he was the shout out Gabe Vincent.
He was the one to respond when Trae said, "Oh, about the calls." Gabe was like, "Come on, really?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Gabe was the one to respond.
By the way, you kind of favor Gabe Vincent now.
Oh
with
yeah,
the hair and the headband.
Oh, mine's a little longer than his though. That's the guy.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a starter in the league. He's legit a legit starter in this league.
I think if he was a full-time starter, I would say he can give you, I would say 14 and 8.
An 8?
I would say 14 and 8. 8 assists.
8 assists? Okay, that's a lot.
All right, that is 14 and 6. 14 and 6.
Really 15 and 3 because he's a scorer.
Yeah, he is, but he seems pretty like, I wouldn't say inconsistent because a lot of the inconsistency depends on his minutes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's great off the bench. When he comes off the bench, he does what Duncan Robinson needs to do. He comes and he shoots.
Yeah.
So
in terms of setting up the offense, he's competent. Like the offense is not going to falter when he's in, but it's his hard-nosed defense and his willingness to take the three.
Yes.
And now he's really been more comfortable driving the ball and getting layups and getting that elbow shot. He's been a lot more comfortable with that, which kind of opened up his game.
Yeah, he always takes what the defense gives him. He sees an open. He's fearless too. He's very fearless.
Ooh.
He will guard anyone, and he will go like he was driving to the hole when Embiid was there. I was like, what are you doing, Gabe Vincent?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He's
He's very
learned.
fearless.
He has been sitting at the feet of Lowry because I see a lot of Lowry in him. A lot of it.
Good point. I didn't think about that,
minus the cheeks. He's Lowry.
The Kyle cheeks. Hey, I mean, all jokes aside, that boy's bottom heavy is that's crazy. He's very bottom heavy.
Somebody said he had a fat. Hey, I mean, I can't argue with you there.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Double cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon.
On a Tuesday. Oh, his box out is immaculate.
Coaching is showing its head right now because this is a result of Spo giving people minutes during the season, trusting guys that he knows, seen do it in practice, knows they have the ability, and us as fans, like, we got to yell, "Take him out! He's terrible! No, he's doing bad!" And no, it's the 15th game of the season. He need these minutes. They're important.
Absolutely.
Because now is where they show. We don't have. Listen, I trust anybody on that Heat team on the floor save Hayward Highsmith because I haven't seen him much. Everybody down that whole Heat bench can come in and contribute.
No, you're not wrong. In some way, either with threes or with defense.
And that's what people want. Haslam off the damn team. That's what he's doing.
No.
When he goes to practice, he practices harder than anybody, and he's like he's doing everything harder than anybody there. And it shows like, hey, we know Haslam ain't getting in the game. Everybody knows Haslam, but if he's practicing like that, everybody know they got to step the game up. That's what he's there for.
Remember, that's how he got the spot on the team anyway. You know, I don't know if you told me that story where he was in practice and he dove for a rebound out of bounds and almost like injured himself. And Pat Riley was like, "Yeah, we're gonna sign that kid." You know what I'm saying? Like, practice kid. Right. Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean,
and then of course he's the OG. He's the OG. Like, you need that veteran presence.
Exactly, 3-time champ.
Yeah,
he's a hard worker. The man came out of college 250, 260 at 6'8". He was a big dude when he did that run on he was from Florida. But when he didn't get drafted, he went overseas. he went overseas, worked his butt off, got down to 240, cut, ripped, and showed up at camp ready.
Yeah.
And when it was camp, it was him and Wade bumping heads, and they was going at it.
Yep. Diving for rebounds out of bounds in practice.
So he wants this. He wants this.
Yeah. And then remember, he's a leading rebounder in Heat history. Like, don't speak on Haslam's name, okay? Unless you're a Heat fan.
Bam is coming for him.
Haslam's name.
Bam is coming for that.
Oh no, of course. I'm not gonna deny that.
I think now we can give a little love to Philly because I want to touch on Joel Embiid. Yo, I'm hard on the man, but I got to give it to him. He's a tough SOB. He's a tough SOB.
He's a beast.
I think it was unwise for me playing with a headache, and they're told, he broke his face. Like, the dude has a concussion. His head is bumping right now. Those bright behind lights and loud fans. His head is bumping, but he went out there and battled.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and you got to understand, he's a center. He plays physically. He's always getting triple, double teamed. So that's definitely going to add to the pain. Mm-hmm. And it was an orbital fracture, right?
Yeah, they said the one right below the eye.
Oh, God. No, he's definitely a tough SOB. Like, I was watching the game when we blew him out, Game 5. Game 5, right? We blew him out of Miami, yeah. I was watching that at a bar, and even other Heat fans like, damn, Embiid's good. I'm like, no, he's not an MVP candidate for no reason. That man's a beast. And there's a small part of me that feels sorry for him that he has to be in that shitty organization, man.
Nobody, and he sees what good organization looks like. He's watching.
Yep.
He's watching.
And remember, like, there were little rumors early this season about him coming to Miami because of Jimmy. If Embiid comes here, I don't even know what I do.
Process to the culture. He wants to process himself to the culture.
Could you imagine him and Bam?
Listen, he'd learn how to play basketball and stop fouling. Just stop flopping all over the place.
Yeah.
And that flopping, he's gonna stop because it cost Danny Green. It's his fault.
Yeah. That's
his fault.
That's hella unfortunate, man.
I would say, it was an accident. No, dude, you could have stayed up. You fell directly on his knee and twisted that thing 360. It looked like a damn twisty pop.
Yeah, and now he's done. Danny Green might have to retire. You can't.
He's 35 with an ACL.
Yeah, no, he's done. He better go be an analyst. He had a good career. You got a couple rings.
The reports were crazy. Like, oh, what's the report on him? We saw it. We don't need no damn report. We saw what happened to his knee. He's not coming back.
He better not. He better not. Like,
he got what, 2 rings? He's good.
Yeah, one with the Spurs, one with the Lakers against us. But like I don't want him to be like the next professional sports player. Like, oh, I can't play soccer with my kids. Those are some sad ass stories in here, man.
Hey,
everybody's like,
Dirk is saying that too.
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up, because he's the most recent one. Like, people are so insensitive. Like, oh, you're a millionaire, you should be fine. Like money. There's no amount of money that can reverse certain injuries you have. You know what I'm saying? Lingering injuries that's gonna be with you forever. Like, it's crazy. He needs to retire. Danny Green, you had a good career. Get out of here.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. A lot of these guys saying it's like, nah, I should have retired. I shouldn't have played that. Like, yeah, it was cool. Y'all watching me, tough it out. But look at Isaiah Thomas. He's like, he wishes he would have sat that game. He shouldn't have played and just called it a season. Go get healthy and come back. Yeah, like nobody would blame you, bro. And it wasn't. If it was like Game 6 of the finals, okay. But be real, your team wasn't.
Like the real Isaiah Thomas did. Remember when he played on that busted ankle? Yeah.
Bron was in the East. You're not going to the finals, bro. It's not happening. Just call it and come back next year.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
Listen, I know that was a serious topic, but Harden is the anti-Jimmy. He's the opposite of Jimmy. Jimmy, opposite. Everybody's calling him out during the season. Oh, he sucks. He's not playing. He's like, listen, he's taking extra time off to come for the real season. But Harden putting up numbers, step backs, everything, playing hard, 50 points, 60-point games in the regular season. When it came to the real season, back it up. They're polar opposites of each other.
Yeah, and that equal to nothing. And he's known now as a playoff, as shrinking in the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to say. And now that's on your resume. Like, you can have, like, I think he's third in the most 30-point playoff games or something. It's LeBron, KD, him, and I forgot who's fourth.
Wow.
Maybe it was Kobe. I'm not sure. But, like, what does that mean? It means nothing. It means nothing. If you're not getting past these first, second, and third rounds, the only time you've been to the finals was, when we beat them. And listen, he shrunk there also.
He never shook that. We said it in the beginning. He shrunk his first finals appearance. This guy does not show up.
Yeah.
And he never showed up since then. Ever since then, never shown up.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to crown him. It's like, no, take that crown off him. It's never Mike, Kobe, Wade, an NBA divide, and then Harden.
Yeah.
A chasm, and then Harden.
A lot of people will put Jerry West over Harden.
Jerry, at least he was trying. He went 1-9. At least he was trying.
And AI. Like, growing up, I always thought AI was a point guard, but a lot of people say, oh, he's a shooting guard, but I don't know.
I just don't talk about it because I don't know where to put him. Like, this day and age, you could put him 2 guard, but he's a size of a point guard, but he really is a 2 guard.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So what's your prediction for? Well, first of all, I don't even know who we're gonna play. They're going
exactly. We're comfortable, like we're.
Yeah, like we can rest. We can rest. but it's in Milwaukee. It's an elimination game. I don't see Giannis getting the L. I don't see him taking, especially Drew Holiday is a menace, my nigga.
He
He's a
is
menace.
a fourth quarter menace because he's terrible for 3 quarters. He takes bad shots, takes bad gambles for 3 quarters. All of a sudden, when it's 5 minutes left, he just shows up, which is weird.
Yeah, he turns into MJ on defense. It's crazy. But I think not only do I think the Bucks will win Game 7, I think it's going to be a blowout.
Really?
Yeah, that's my prediction. I think it's going to be like a 15, 20-point win. And also because I hate Boston.
Them fully healthy, yes. I would say, like, just looking at surface level of the series, yes. But I've been noticing something. I asked it on Twitter. Noticing these games they've been playing since Middleton has gone out. Like, is Giannis really dominant, or he's just all they have?
Oh yeah, and I retweeted that. So it's the latter. He is all they have. If you take out Giannis, they're a 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah, they
maybe
like, he had 44 points, but I'm like, they're inconsequential points. Like, look at the rest of your attempts of your team. They have nothing else.
Yeah, I think he went like 16 for 30 or some crazy jump like that. And he had 20 rebounds. But
he does make
you look at the box score and nobody's even close. Like, at least with us, Max Strus getting double-doubles, Hero's gonna get his 15 or 20, and Bam is gonna get his 13 and 10. You know what I'm saying?
What I'd like to see, if somebody's being that dominant, what you like to see is, like, other people are kind of deferring to him because he's hot. It's just a hot hand, you feed the hot hand. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, there's nobody else that can do anything. We got to give it to him because nobody can do anything. Like, nobody else can score. You get the occasional Drew Holiday, 3, but they couldn't score against that team. I was like, I'm worried. Well, I don't care who wins, but it might be one of these things where Giannis might drop 50, but they'll lose.
Yeah, he'll drop 50, then he'll lose like 100 to like 120 or something.
With the Celtics, they'll feed either Tatum or Brown. It just depends on who's hot.
True.
And they'll kind of skew their offense according to who's hot. So,
and lately it's been Tatum.
Yeah,
that boy. Yeah,
Tatum's been doing his thing.
That's another one of my favorite players from one of my most hated teams. I love Jason Tatum. He's a baller.
I wish he had a better coach, because some of the decision he makes, like during the game, it's like he didn't need to jack that up. You got to work more to, like, just take the easy shot. You don't need to take these shots early on.
And you know where it started? Well,
where it started?
I wouldn't say it started, but a huge example of that is Bam's block on him. Why are you driving to try to get a poster in a game-winning situation? What? He could have drove and stepped back and hit. He tried to put Bam on a poster to win the game.
I'll advocate for him. I'll advocate for him. When he slid over, when he went to his right hand, it was an open lane. Jimmy kind of opened it up. Jimmy was baiting him because he knew he had help with Bam. But for Tatum's eyes, it was a clear lane. Bam came weak side and jumped suddenly. He thought he saw him late, but Bam, being the real deep point that he is, elevated and with his offhand, bent all the way back.
All the way back. I remember when that happened. My whole house erupted. My dad is not even the biggest basketball fan. He's like similar to me and the Panthers. He's just a Heat fan. Mm. We're celebrating like the Cowboys won, dog. It was crazy.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah, that's big.
But not like, if we do play the Celtics, I trust Jimmy on Tatum. I trust Jimmy on Tatum, and then I don't know. What's the name is kind of inconsistent. The other one, Jaylen Brown. Yeah,
he's not. He needs culture.
He's not consistent. Yeah. He's missing a little something. You know what I'm saying? He has it there, but he's not as consistent as Tatum, and he's not consistent enough to put fear in my heart.
Yeah, I mean,
Tatum is though. Tatum's that guy.
I think once Jimmy locks him up, that's it. Because remember how Maxey was killing us for the first through 4 games.
4 games, yeah.
4 games. Maxey was killing us. They asked PJ this. PJ said they had a meeting. Him, Bam, and PJ had a meeting.
Yeah, I read about
PJ,
that, yeah.
Bam, and Jimmy had a meeting and told Jimmy, you take Maxey. And for the last 2 games, Maxey didn't do a thing because
Quiet
Jimmy was on him.
Mouse.
Jimmy is one of the best perimeter defenders, and it's underrated. Like, because he basically dictates what you're gonna do. He kind of studies you, and he remembers. He keeps what you do in mind and makes you feel uncomfortable. Kind of what the Heat defense do. He just makes you feel uncomfortable. And those fast hands, some of the fastest hands in the league, they just kind of When Shake Milton hit that, thought he got fouled, and then look at the replay, and Jimmy just
and
not only blocked him, completely avoided him when he landed. Didn't even land in his airspace.
That's skill, man. And that's culture.
Culture.
like once again, Jimmy's an example of it. When people come here, their defense and their threes just skyrocket. Like I don't know if it's the humidity. I don't know if it's Spo or Riley. I don't know what it is.
It's their
but I do know what it is. It's the culture.
They've asked players. Some people don't want to come here because they know they're gonna have to work. They know they're gonna have to work, and they don't want to come.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We made Dion Waiters lose weight, man. Dion Waiters came in with a Philly cheese gut, not even a bear gut. He came in with a Philly cheese gut, and all of a sudden he hitting game winners against the Warriors, man.
And the thing's busted, man. Like I'm everything in Miami when they say they want Cubans over Phillies. I'm like, I don't know about that. I like Cuban sandwiches, but Phillies be busted.
I had a Philly cheesesteak from Philly a couple years ago.
Yeah, how was it?
It's all the hype it deserves. It was as good as the hype. It was.
I gotta when I get down to Philly, I gotta taste one because my like upper echelon is just a Publix Philly. A Publix Philly is fine.
Don't even get me started. There's not one bad thing. Like I tell people, the only bad thing about Publix is that it's not 24/7.
Exactly.
The only bad thing about Publix.
Let's touch a little bit on the NFL. You know, just a little bit. Let's on my little Dolphins doing the thing. We have a little controversy with the Tua Gate throw, which is oh my gosh. I just want to touch a little bit on. I want to mention Tua's name because putting it out there gets a little eyeballs, gets a little Tua nons out there. I'm a Tua believer, so this goes all the way. Ask him.
I'm not a Dolphin fan, but I'm a Tua believer.
But that throw, I thought it was just a regular throw. Didn't go. I don't know how long it went. It looked about 40, 50 yards. It kind of died a little bit, but that looks like Tyreek Hill regular route. Like every time Tyreek Hill was catching balls from Pat Mahomes, he was stopping and catching like how that's normal.
Nobody wants to admit that. I see several throws from Mahomes where Tyreek had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody wants to say anything about it.
The one in the Super Bowl, he caught in middle of traffic, jumping up and
yeah. People remember these things, okay?
The only person that could probably outthrow him is probably Josh Allen.
Yeah, because he has a friggin' cannon.
Yeah, which I think he's gonna regress.
Oh, as a Dolphin, I'm sure you would love that.
But yeah. Anything about your Cowboys? Because there's not much news about them.
Well, I did see a quote about the left tackle we drafted from Zeke. And if your running back loves the offensive lineman you drafted, that's a good thing. He said he's like a gritty guy. He's there to work. He listens and he gets dirty. You know what I'm saying? He's what he needs to be for a left tackle. Because if your left tackle is not a dirty, I'm sorry about the words, like a dirty monster, he's not going to be good. Your left tackle has to be grimy.
One of them road graders.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I am excited to see CeeDee Lamb full time now because we traded Amari Cooper. So now it's CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, And then we got homeboy from I forgot his name. I think he's from South Alabama. Is it Jalen Tolbert? I'm sorry, I think his name's Jalen Tolbert, but he's a big guy. He's 6'3". He has some wheels on him. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing full-time CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
And I really hope they take him off punt return. That's over. No more of that shit.
Yeah, that job is dangerous, man.
Yeah, that's very. They did that with Des Bryant. When Des Bryant first, I think his first NFL touchdown was a punt return, actually. He had
I remember,
punt return touchdowns. Yeah. But yeah, no more of that. He's the guy now.
Yeah, take Waddle off that junk too. Off that. Put such
On
with that.
And by the way, what you're saying about Waddle, I do agree with. He's another tough SOB. He may be small, but he will go up. Yeah. He will lower his shoulder. He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
But just to touch more on King football, you seen that Tom Brady contract? $37 million a year for 10 years when he retires? You ain't seen it?
No, bro. $37 million. What?
Yes.
What, to be an analyst?
Yes, to be a analyst or live sports, whatever.
Is that more than Romo? Because
yes, he's the top guy. He's the top guy.
Oh, he beat out
10
Romo
years,
down.
$370 million for 10 as soon as he retires.
Crazy.
Bro, football is king.
For real.
First of all, he's doing a job he ain't never done before. Just relying on his expertise. And just to give you a comparison, Stephen A is making $10 million a year to do every single sport except football.
At the same time, Stephen A he doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes. I hate him. Excuse me. I hate hearing him talk about football. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
basketball, all day. He's great with basketball, but he's terrible with football analysis. I'm sorry.
You're just tuning in for the show with Stephen A. He's just hilarious.
Yeah. You're just there for the jokes and the screaming.
I mean, when you start to see for what it is, it becomes hilarious. It's relaxed. Just enjoy the show. But dang, $37 million a year as soon as you retire. This man is a professional bag getter. He's gonna make more in 10 years than he did his whole career.
That's bananas.
$330 million during his career. He's gonna make $370 million over 10 years. What a
bag getter. Crazy, man. Oh my God. But it still doesn't match with the baseball contracts.
And honestly, I'm looking forward to what he's had to say. I want to hear this.
No, I Tom Brady gets a lot of hate, but at the end of the day, whether you want to admit it or not, he's a football guy.
Yeah,
he's just not a pre-born quarterback. He's a
it was the Patriot way that had him clamped up, and now he left there. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Belichick was basically Palpatine. I know you've seen those photoshops.
His rebrand and JJ Redick rebrand, the incredible rebrand. Everybody likes those guys.
The JJ Redick rebrand is crazy. I did not see that one coming, boy.
He knows ball. JJ knows ball.
Yeah, straight up. And he's low-key a Heat lifer.
Low-key, just don't call no more games. Don't call no more games.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
actually, his life status under review after those 2 games. He was rats off a ship. So it's under review. We got to put it back into analysis. We take the jersey down. We got to review everything.
Put it right back under the microscope. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Tom Brady has to say, though. That should be interesting.
Yes, and that is all for what we have to say. This is the end of the next episode, back for the first time to the House Podcast with my boy Jordan. This your boy Cam, closing it out. Heat for life. We're gonna take game 1, 2, 3, Heat in 5. You know how it is. Every
hashtag Heat in 5.
Hashtag Heat in 5 every single game. That's when we come together. We separate when I go fins up and he goes whatever Cowboys say. I don't know what they say.
I don't even know. Oh, Cowboys Nation.
It's Cowboy Nation.
Yeah, hashtag Cowboys Nation. Yeah.
All right. We'll see y'all next episode.
Holla.